Hello and welcome to your webinar. I am so excited you're here. And today we are going to go through a really fun process to get you a little clearer on what it is that you really want in your career. And the name of this webinar is 4 Simple Steps to Answer the Question, what should I do next in my career? And my name is Kori Burkholder, and I am a career success coach for creative professionals. And a few things that you should know about me before we get started is I have transitioned careers many times in my 20 plus years. And I have a lot of experience working in corporate environments. But I also have this creative flair. I'm an artist, and I love taking a non-linear approach to career discovery. And yeah, I love to infuse right brain exercises into the process. So, and I also believe that if you have a big vision and a desire to create a purpose-driven creative career, it's totally possible. And it's possible even if you just don't even know what that is today. And today you're going to discover how to erase some of that confusion that you're feeling right now. We're going to go deep into our personal values. This is where I start with all of my clients. It's the foundation of your life. It's so important. And then we're going to go in and create this bigger vision that you have. We're going to just take a step back and really create the feeling of what it's like to be where you want to be. And you're going to walk away with some inspired actions. And I call them inspired actions because if it's a should or I need to, then there's no energy behind that. So I always say inspired because you wanna do it. You can't wait to end this webinar and start going out and doing these action steps. And yes, it's possible to even do this when you're feeling totally frustrated in your current role. And at the end of this webinar, I am going to share with you how you can get a one-to-one call with me. And even if you don't take me up on this offer, that's totally fine, and you're going to get tremendous value out of this work that we're doing today. And so you want to stay to the end because I am going to share with you your Career Clarity Creative Kit, and that is everything that we're doing today is in this kit, and I will keep referencing that for you and tell you that there's a worksheet included in this kit for you. And so why is this different? It's different because we start with you. You want to see what's missing. And you're going to see where you can start filling in the holes into what's missing and what's really important to you. You're going to just take a step back. Sometimes we're just so consumed in our minds and thoughts going back and forth, and we rarely are able to give ourselves the gift of actually stepping back and thinking about what do you really want. And we're going to be creating that bigger vision for you. And like I said, the inspired actions based on what's missing and what you really want and the big vision. Yeah, and so these are some thoughts that might be flying around in your mind. You know you want change, but you have no idea what's next. You've lost the passion and the drive for your job. You're not sure where to grow. Do you want a new job? Do you want to move up? And sometimes even people come to me so overwhelmed with so many different options that they're paralyzed with indecisiveness. And that was me at one point too. Yeah, so these are some of the things that might be flying around out of your mouth. You don't have the clarity. You're uncertain. You feel overwhelmed about a career change. You might lack focus and direction, or like I said, you have too many options and you're stuck. And so, if you answered any of these with a yes, you're definitely in the right place. Yeah, and why should you listen to me? Why should you listen to Kori Burkholder? Well, some people do call me the career transition ninja, just as I shared that I have changed careers many times in my 20 plus years of my professional life. There was one time where I got stuck, and it was about 10 years ago. I landed my dream job. I doubled my salary. I was living in my element. My dream job was working in the music industry, and I finally landed that. All of my values were getting met. It was fun, it was creative, it was social, it was somewhat adventurous, and I was really in my element. And then a few years into that role, the company changed. So the business was ringtones, and I'm really dating myself now, but overnight the ringtone industry died and the company had to change directions, and I moved over onto the product development team, and that was really cool too because I was learning new skills, I was being challenged, it was fun, and so a lot of my values were being met in this role. And then a few years later the company changed directions again, and Monday morning I walk into the office and we're like, we're a DSP now and you're going to be doing corporate communications. And I was like, what's a DSP? And for those of you who don't know, it's a demand side platform in the ad tech world. And all of a sudden, I was not looking forward to work. I lost my confidence. My skin was breaking out. And I just couldn't understand why, but I wasn't enjoying the work basically. And I hated going to networking events, where I always used to love going to networking events because I'm social, and dreading the question, what do you do? So something had to change, and I had to do something. I couldn't pretend for much longer. I couldn't lose sleep anymore. I just knew that I had to take a step back from my life and my career as a whole, and decide, what do I want to do with my life? And I contemplated that. And do I want to start a new business? Do I want to find another job? And if I find another job, what kind of company do I want to work for? And all of these things going around in my mind. And I weighed the options, and I worked with a mentor, and I finally figured out what I wanted to do. And I decided that I wasn't going to invest my time anymore to look for another job. I really wanted to launch my business. And even though despite the unknowns, it was really a passionate vision that I had for myself and what I really wanted to create for my future. So once I made the decision, I saw the gaps that needed to be filled, and I went to work immediately to fill those gaps. Yeah, so now it's your turn. You can erase your confusion. You can create your big vision and get into action right away. And again, you can do this, and we're going to do this today, even if you have no idea what's next. And so here's how you do it. So as I share, personal values is where I start with all of my clients. It's so important. It's a big piece of the puzzle. And it's just like, what are values? A lot of people don't stop to think about this. It's what's important to you. It helps you determine your priorities. It helps you make better decisions, quicker decisions about your life, your career, your relationship. So when you're in tune with your values, like when I was working, in the music industry, I was feeling really good. I was feeling satisfied. I was happy. And then when you're out of tune with your values, like when we turned into the DSP, things start to feel wrong. It can be a cause of unhappiness, losing sleep at night. And it's a really, it's an eye-opening experience when you sit down and figure out your values. And I'll tell you, 9 out of 10 clients that come to me, they don't know their values, and the 10th person that thinks they do, it tends to change after the process that we go through. So there's a ton of ways to identify your personal values. This is one. This is a list. This is going to be in your kit at the end. You can look at this list, and this is just a shortened list, but just scanning over it, you know, what are the ones that really resonate for you? And just use your intuition here. So you can choose to do that now and just put this video on hold, or you can do this later because it's in your kit. So once you have your 6 values, you're going to want to create your own unique description for it. So creativity to me is going to be different for you. So in this instance, this was one of my clients, and she's an artist too. And she values thinking outside of the box, having a passion about what she does and the urge to share it. Creativity to me is, you know, creating art, or in my work, I love creating the graphics and doing the marketing and things like that. So it's going to be different. So it's really important to come up with your own definitions of your values. And again, this is the blueprint. This is the start of our work together. And once you know this, you're going to be able to make decisions quicker, and just to evaluate your life. And so the next part, step 3 in this process is, and this is my favorite, when my clients, when I ask them to compare their values with their current work situation. So as in the next slide, you'll see my client, 4 out of 5 of her values weren't being met in her current work situation. And it's just so eye-opening, and people are always amazed. So it just says a lot. And this tells you why you're unhappy in your current situation. So once we have the values, the next step is to figure out what you don't want. A lot of people that come to me are like, I have no idea what I want next in my career. And I love when people come to me with that problem. I don't even look at it as a problem, really. I look at it as an opportunity. Because if you don't know what you want, great. Let's start writing those things down. Let's start making a list of what it is that you don't want. So here, this person, you know, I don't want a hands-off type of boss. I don't want heavy analytics and numbers all day. I don't want a rigid work environment, and so on. And so this person knows what they don't want, and which is such an easy way to figure out what you do want, right? So yeah, so here it's getting inspired by what you don't want. And I do have this worksheet in the kit as well. So yeah, so now it's like, wow, you can't say what you don't want, that you don't know what you want anymore, because this is a clear list of what it is that you do want. And this is the start of, you know, getting out of that stuckness of, I don't know what I want to do next, or I have so many different options, and you have this to compare it to, and you also now have your values to compare it to. So now you have your values, you have what you want, and the next step is, now it's just take a step back from your life for a moment. Look at it from a bird's eye view. Where do you want to be in 10 years? think about that. Meditate on that. Visualize that. So close your eyes, um, or take some time after we do this webinar to close your eyes and think about where you are in 10 years. Where are you? Who's around you? What are you doing? What does it feel like to be in this place? Like, really feel like what it feels like to be here. How are you making a difference in the world? And what is the impact that you've made in the last 10 years? And this is really powerful because this really gets you out of your mind, and into your heart, into your, I call it source, when I'm teaching art. Yeah, really just digging into that vision and allowing your mind to take a step back for a little while you're doing this. And I also suggest having a journal next to you after you kind of meditate on this for a little while, and just write some of the things that really stuck out to you in that visualization. And the next step is to solidify all of this work with something creative. And this is my favorite part. Make something creative to really ground in this work. So working in your values, working in what it is that you want, working in some of the visuals that you got from your big vision visualization. So here is some examples that I have that previous clients have done. There's the vision board, there's vision boxing. We have 3D elements as well, with the healing center in the middle, and then there in the back with a SCAD, MA in painting, that is a digital board. So there's all sorts of ways that you can really get creative in solidifying this work that you've done, and it's really, really powerful. I've seen people manifest dream jobs, homes and opportunities. And I've been doing this work for years, and it is without fail a successful tool to use while you're building this vision for yourself. And the last thing, now that you have all this knowledge, what is it that you can do? What action steps can you take, inspired action steps, can you take in the next 7 days? So now you have your values worksheet and you know what is missing. What can you do to fill in the gaps in your current situation? If there's no creativity, look for ways where you can get creative in your job. You have your want list. What are some things that you can take action on there? And your big vision. These are all things to really get inspired by, to create your 3 inspired action steps that you're going to take in the next 7 days. And this is also in your kit as well. And yeah, so you're going to want to be held accountable. You can say that you're going to do it, and even if you're inspired, yes, great. But it's also great to have an accountability partner, whether that's a friend, a mentor, a coach. This person is going to help you keep your vision for you, and keep you accountable for what it is that you're creating. When we're moving into new territory, it's very important to keep moving forward and keeping that pace and keeping that inspiration going throughout the process, so that you're really able to reach your goals. And lastly, it's like, start sharing this with people. The more that you share it, the more that it's going to become a reality. You don't know, like when you're sharing your big vision, somebody could say, wow, I know somebody that has a job that exactly fits what you're talking about. You have no idea. So the more you share it with people, the more opportunities that are going to show up for you in the world. Okay, I know we've gone through a lot of stuff, and so we're just going to recap everything so it's, really grounding in there for you. So figuring out your values, this is really the foundation of your life. Getting clear on what you don't want, so you know what you do want. Taking a step back and creating a bigger vision for yourself. And creating inspired actions that are aligned with your values, what it is that you want, and your big vision. I'm getting this beautiful ray of sunshine coming in. I'm so excited. So now you have a choice. You can choose to do this on your own, and it's all possible. But like I say, it's better to have an accountability partner or a coach like me to keep you moving and through the process. And choice two is I can help you figure this out. I am your partner. I am your project manager. Working with me is going to help you move through this process a little bit quicker. And so now, as I promised, you're going to get a career clarity call with me, and that's one-to-one. These calls are very high value, and I love working with those people that understand the value of getting that one-to-one support while you're trying to navigate the shift of what's next in your career. And yeah, so booking a call with me, it's going to give you this place to really share your hidden dreams and desires, the things that have been, knocking around in your head for months, for years. You're able to really get it out of your head and articulate what it is that you want. And it's going to give you a sense of relief of knowing that someone is on your side that's going to hold your vision and that's going to help you start turning this into a reality for yourself. And this is exclusively for those who are ready to take action now. And on the call, I really want to know what you're up to in the world, get to know your current situation. What are your frustrations? What are your hopes, your dreams, and what's standing in your way? And how to start using, we're also going to start using your values and start generating new career opportunities based on values, your big vision, and what it is that you want, and how we can improve your current situation. So like I said, your values, maybe something's missing there. How can you improve your current situation while you're working towards what's next in your career? And my program is unique in the career coaching industry because I add that nonlinear creative approach, as you have seen. We use right brain activities like visualizations, art, meditation, and I love to inject fun into the process as well. We, of course, mix the left brain activities as well, and the structure. Even though it's creative and fun, it's also very structured. So that's always important too. And you're going to walk away with this unique blueprint that you can use for the rest of your life. And this has been hands down, the feedback that I've gotten from my clients is so valuable to them. It really helps them evaluate opportunities that are coming up now that they're in action and they're out there looking, for new opportunities and things, and they come up and they're like, yeah, that doesn't fit four of my my values, and it's only half of what I want. So it's really a valuable blueprint that you'll have. And so this is Jumana. Jumana came to me, and she was really not happy in her job, and we took this creative approach, and she was just able to really set her mind aside for a little while we dove into the visualizations and the art, and she ended up leaving the healthcare industry and going into a marketing role that was more creative and fun for her. Yeah, so just imagine yourself waking up every day feeling excited about your work, feeling purposeful in both your work and life, and having clarity about an exciting new career direction that's aligned with your values, your financial goals, using your favorite skills, and you're surrounded by like-minded people in your ideal work environment. This is all the work that we do together. And by the end of the program, you are going to walk away with clarity. You're going to know what's next. And you're not going to be wasting your time anymore in a job that doesn't serve you. And this is really just an enjoyable way to find a career you love. And the first step is booking a call with me. And so this is Faith. Was working in advertising, and she was worked to the bone, and it was not serving her life at all. And we were just able to really get clear on what it is that she wanted, the skills she wanted to use, the environment that she wanted to work in. And so she really got clear, and she's taking action now, and is in a really good place now. And so this is how you book your call with me. It's koriburkholder.com/book online. And Vicky, by the fourth session, she landed her dream job because she got out of her own way. A lot of the work that we do is mindset. You know, whenever we're creating something new, we're going to hear those voices inside of our head and say, no, we can't do it. We don't have enough experience. I could never make that amount of money. These are things that swirl around in your mind, and they're there for a purpose. They don't want to see us fail. They don't want to see us starving on the street, and they do serve a purpose. But we learn to overcome those voices in the coaching. And we did that mindset work, and she cleared all of that out, and that's how she became clear about what she wanted to do next. And so this is how you get your career clarity kit. And I will send you these links. And Jeff was great. He came to me thinking that he was on the wrong career path. And we identified opportunities within his own company to get a promotion and to get a raise. He had never asked for anything. He just kind of let his career happen. And we identified these opportunities, and we did the mindset work before he went in to ask for what he wanted, and he got it. And that kind of led him onto a new path where he found another opportunity that would promote him and get him more money. And he landed that job, and now he is the head of PR for a company. And so if you're ready to take this next step and get out of that mindset of, I don't know what I want to do anymore, because you can't even say that anymore. After this work, you know what you want. And we can take this so much further. There's so much other work to do. And you can book a call with me, and we can go over this together. And I can share with you more about the program and what it's like to work with me. And so I hope you enjoyed this presentation today. I hope you got a lot of value. I really look forward to talking with you and learning about your current situation and really empowering you to move out of that place. There's no time to be wasting, because you have a purpose, and it's my honor to help bring that purpose into the world. And with that, I will see you soon. Bye.